growing up in a Christian household was something that was just very normal to me. It was just a regular part of my daily life. My mom had always told me whenever the church doors are open, we should be here, and so we were here. We attended every single camp that was offered. We did Awana, we did Sunday nights, we did Sunday morning worship. We were here many times throughout the week, and that was just normal, regular day life for me. In elementary school, I was very shy, and I didn't really know a lot of people, but everyone who was here I had grown up with, and so I had known names and faces, but I wasn't really close with anyone. And I transitioned from elementary school to middle school. I feel like I was becoming more responsible, more mature, even though I was very young still. But I was not growing spiritually. I had struggled with my faith, and just because it felt so normal, it was a struggle to live a good Christian life to me, I guess. During that transition time from elementary school to middle school, I had no friends. I was very alone. I felt like sheltered and out of place here. I had maybe one friend, and I wouldn't call them my outside friends. I would call them my church friends, and that was it. I struggled with my identity and who I was. I struggled with my self-consciousness, my weight, my everything about me pretty much. And that kind of pushed me away from friends and being present in the church. So I was just alone. Oftentimes during youth group, I would go out in the hallway and cry by myself because I felt so alone. In high school, I joined a homeschool sports league, and I met some of my closest friends who I still regularly hang out with. They were kind of the people, they never went to church. They were not really Christian people, so I felt more connected to them than I was with people at the church. So because of that reason, I was kind of stepping away from church in general and everything, because I felt like I was not getting those good relationships that God had promised in His Word about people who were like Christians in general, how they're supposed to act, how they're supposed to be nice and kind and loving for everyone. And I didn't feel that here, so I left and would just kind of be a floater. When I went to college, I just began slipping down into a deep hole of regret and self-harm and struggles with addictions and things like that. It was just very overwhelming stepping onto a college campus where everyone was just able to do whatever they want. And I felt like I wanted to be a part of that group where I could just be free. During this whole time, I just was still attending like little Christian groups, activities, organizations at my school, going to church on Sundays. I would come home on the weekends and attend church here because it felt regular and normal. But during the day, I was just a completely different person. I never thought that the Lord was still working in my life the way He was. So during the day, I would just be who I wanted to be, party, go out and drink, do whatever I wanted. And at night, I would go into these my small groups and talk like I was a completely different person. The Lord really made some situations in my life, made me realize how important He was to me and how there was still something going on while I was being the person who I wanted to be. He wanted me to be a person for Him, and I wanted to be a person for me. So during the struggles that I faced during my first 2 college years were something that brought me back to faith, and it made my faith stronger because of how He protected me and kept me safe. After going through these hardships, I met with a couple leaders at the Christian organization at my school, and I could be vulnerable with these people and share with them everything that I was struggling with. And since then, I have been getting more spiritually involved with everything, the church. I had never thought a year ago, I had never thought that I would be so involved as I am right now. I had talked to Chip, and was saying that I needed something to bring me back, like more of a group, like I had at that Christian organization at school. And he put me right in, fit me right in, brought me back. I've been feeling the Holy Spirit working in me more and more, and it's just a great feeling to be able to look back on everything that I have done and everything that has been happening to me and see God working through those situations when I had not been seeing it during the time. I'm Laurel Herring, and I'm a follower of Christ.